Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I am Afefe with Touch by Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I am a certified tarot reader. I do intuitive readings. I channel messages from the spirit guides. And I combined oracle and tarot decks. So that's sort of my process. I usually check in once a week. I do a week ahead reading energies of the week. And then I also always check in for the new moon and the full moon. And then I sprinkle some other stuff in between. So first and foremost, I have to give a sincere, heartfelt thanks and express my gratitude for so many new subscribers who came to me through Susan Lynn, who is just an angel on earth. You know, she's just amazing and gave me an opportunity to do a live with her. I've appeared with her several times, but so many of you had incredibly supportive remarks and subscribe to my channel, and I really just wanted to take a moment and say welcome. Much of my work is I'll dabble in politics from time to time, but much of my work is around self-empowerment, self-development, healing, and spiritual development. You know, really raising our energy spiritually so that we can deal with the political stuff and we can deal with the day-to-day life stuff, okay? So please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you are interested in a reading with me, I'll put it in the description box, but you can book with me directly online. My website is trulytouchedbytarot.com. All right, trulytouchedbytarot, all one word, .com. And if you want to just reach out and book with me directly or email me, my email is touchedbytarot@gmail.com. All right, having said that, let's get some stuff going today. I was led, you know, I usually do my week ahead readings. I go into meditation first and I ask Spirit, what is it? You know, what do I need to bring to you? And today, it is, you know, this is beautiful. It is, let me give it the way they gave it to me. A blessing that is about to come to you, that is ready to come to you, and what you can do to seal the deal. That's the exact wording they gave me, all right? So this reading is going to be about a blessing that is like right there ready to come to you and manifest in your life, but something you need to do to seal the deal, to really get that energy, you know, just absolutely get it done so you can experience that blessing. All right, I thought it was pretty cool. That's the way that Spirit gave it to me. It's like the blessing is there. There is something for you that is already in motion. It is ready to come through. And there's just something in your energy that may need to shift just a little bit to just let the universe go. Boom, there you go. We were just waiting for that. And now here you have it, all right? I'm going to do my usual combination of decks. And I was led to this tea leaf fortune deck. I'm going to pull 3 cards with a topic on them, and then so this will be sort of a pick a card, and you may be drawn to more than one, but look at the topic that really draws you, and that'll have something to do with this blessing that's headed towards you, and then we'll flush it out. What can you do let's get it seal the deal, they said. I was like, okay, Spirit. All right, for pile number 1, your blessing has something to do with career matters. All right, so this is on the business front, career matters. All right, so that will be pile number 1, something in a blessing that's, you know, in the works and ready for you relating to career. For pile number 2, it is a tent, very interesting, and it says temporary situation. So your blessing has to do with something, perhaps something that you're in a temporary situation, and you may have had to, you know, I think about pitching a tent, like camping, like you may be in between homes, in between jobs, in between relationships. You'll know, it'll ping your spirit, use your intuition, but it has something to do. Pile number 2, your blessing has something to do with this temporary situation, perhaps coming out of that, or going into a temporary situation that's going to take you to the next place. And pile number 3, let's see what your message is, and has something to do with your blessing. August. I got a timing element for you all, pile number 3, okay? So something, a blessing for you having to do with the month of August. We'll get into that, alrighty? Okay, so let's put these aside. I'll show them to you one more time so we can go in. Pile number 1, it's a blessing related to career. All right. And I want you to set your intention. I'm asking you to set your intention with me as we go to Spirit. What is the we know we're going to find out what the blessing is, but what is the step that you need to take, some energy that you need to develop to seal the deal? All right. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2, tent. Temporary situation. A blessing around that. We'll flesh it out. And pile number 3, a timing element, August. Okay? All right, so let me put 2 and 3 to the side. And let's go in on, for those who were drawn to pile number 1, career. A blessing around career and what you can do at this time to seal the deal, to get that blessing to come on through for you. All right, let's see. All right, Spirit. So, for those who chose pile number 1, there's something in a career-related matter. Either already working or changing jobs or thinking about starting a project, maybe even thinking about retirement, ending a career, or shifting into a different phase. All right? Career could mean so many things, but the focus is on the blessing. Spirit, please show us what the blessing is that's ready to come through related to career and what can be done to seal the deal. All right. Thank you. We have the 6 of Pentacles, so this is an opportunity. Wow, what a powerful card relating to career matters. A 6 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. This is something you want very much. Okay, for many of you, if you're waiting to hear about an opportunity, a project, something that, that's in motion because of that Knight of Cups, it's coming. That's the blessing. Your blessing is that it is coming. And a Queen of Cups. I'll show these to you. So there you are, Queen of Cups, in the flow, 100% in the flow. You got that Knight of Cups that came as well. So this is in motion with this Six of Pentacles. I'm sorry. 6 of Pentacles is very much, it's a card of reciprocity. It's a card of opportunity, but it's also a card where it reminds you to give so you can receive. It is that divine reciprocity, as I said, and it is about opportunities that literally can come to you and be handed to you, and you have to be ready. An open hand is what you need in order to receive it. So if there's been some I feel like for some of you, if you're super in career matters, you're very self-sufficient and maybe overly so to the point where, maybe you're not opening yourself up to network with other people, to take advantage of opportunities just in conversation. Just sometimes as they say, how's it go? It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And so pay attention to that, because that's where your blessing is coming from. There are opportunities and they are flowing toward you, and they could be flowing from a person who is very generous with their time, supportive. This feels almost like a mentor or a coach or a sister, or someone who really is able to help give you that nudge and that encouragement to keep going. Remembering too that we are in Cancer season and Queen of Cups. All right. So that could be it as well. Someone who is a water sign, and certainly someone who is, and this could even be you, someone who is influenced very much by water. I want to go to another deck and get another layer with this. So there's this opportunity that's coming for you, pile number 1, and that is your blessing. And it has something to do with being able to reach out and accept the teaching. The Hermit just crossed the Queen of Cups. This is a teacher, or you becoming the teacher. This is being on a quest to better yourself. But remember too, you all, and it's very interesting, thank you, Spirit. We're talking about career. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo. Virgo being that diligent worker, that organized person, the energy of, your day-to-day routines and what needs to be done to get the job done. So this is very appropriate, and Spirit is definitely speaking loud and clear. This Queen of Cups with this Hermit has to do with someone who helps you move ahead, someone who is going to be placed in your path. And it could even be a spirit guide. I don't want to rule that out. It may not be a human, in 3D form. Although I'm sort of feeling that way, but I don't want to rule that out. Spirit just gave it to me. It could even be someone who is one of your guides who's going to work with you to really give you the inspiration to keep going. Because the hermit is not always about removing yourself and, going on this solitary path, but it is about having the wherewithal to know when you have to decide for yourself. This is my path. This is my choice, career. This is my choice. It is my path. And I'm willing to do what it takes. Put the work in. Again, ruled by Virgo. Put the work in order to get there. The Six of Pentacles. Different deck. And it is cut with the Eight of Pentacles. You all. Spirit is speaking loud. You are mastering what this is, or that Queen of Cups, that hermit, that teacher, that person who helps go on that quest with you, that spirit guide who helps you along your quest, is about making you even better at what it is that you're doing. Because the Eight of Pentacles takes that opportunity from the Six of Pentacles and takes it up a notch. It is where you truly become proficient, comfortable with your skills in whatever realm, whether this could even be your spiritual development. If you are considering a career, if you are a spiritualist, you're thinking about applying yourself more diligently to your spiritual studies so that perhaps you can do something with it. There you have it. This is your Eight of Pentacles, and it's saying the opportunity, that blessing that you're going to have, the opportunity is so that you can actually really master your craft or take it one step further, the hermit, on that quest moving forward. And very often when the hermit comes, it is definitely a spiritual quest, because part of the reason why the hermit is sometimes has to walk your own path is because who you are seeking and what you are seeking is spiritual. That's the light. You're following that light because you want that message from the divine. You want to know with certainty and with clarity, and it takes a lot of faith to be able to operate in the hermit's energy as well. The Knight of Cups is crossed by the Knight of Wands. Wow. So look at this complementary energy pile, number one. You're moving toward it. This is a part of the blessing, remember. You're moving toward it. Things are flowing. Water. It's flowing towards you. It's already in motion, which Spirit gave me before we even did this reading. It's in motion. The blessing is on its way. It does require the Knight of Wands. It's going to require some sort of action on your part. It's going to require you having the faith and being willing to receive it. It may be coming. I feel like a lot of you are extremely independent. And you're fierce thinkers. When you set a goal for yourself in career matters, you know what you want and you go about it. But this is about something or someone who is going to give you an opportunity to give you a leg up and help you master what it is that you're doing. It's a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a companion, someone who is being placed in your path from Spirit as a blessing to help get you there. Now I'm ready. Let's see what this action is that you need to take. That Knight of Wands is definitely about taking action and getting there. I love this card. This is the Badass Tarot by Harley Spencer, the Badass Tarot. And on this deck, I hope you can see it, their tiny little bike with not such a tiny person on it, right? But the point is there, and I love that, is that you will get there. Spirit will give you the means to get there. And don't worry about what it looks like. That tiny bike could be something that this person could have looked at and passed on, like, whoa, that's not going to carry me. I'm not going to get very far. But Spirit says, oh, no. This is sturdy material, and we have designed it so that it will get you to the next place. That's your blessing. It is so coming toward you. You just have to be ready to receive it. And you got to be ready to recognize it so that you don't feel like I don't want to impose, or I don't want to ask that favor, or I feel like I'm kissing butt, that whole networking thing. But that is exactly, Spirit is placing someone in your path to assist you. That's the blessing. You have organization. How appropriate for career. You have organization. This goes two ways. It either is speaking to an organization that you are working with or thinking about working with. It could be a nonprofit, a regular corporate entity, whatever. You understand, how it pings you. But this is definitely related to your work. And also, it could be pointing to you developing your organization, because the question part two of this is, how do you lock, how do you seal the deal, how do you lock in that blessing and really get it to manifest? So it could be that there's some level of organization within you. If, say for instance, someone is, either you or someone you love is looking for a job or in the throes of starting a new job, then part of it is getting really organized and detailed day to day to day. Here's my intentions, here's what I need to do, just really not allowing yourself to get so caught up in the newness of something or moving toward it that you forget the steps that it's going to take to perform that function once you get there. Okay? So organization. And isolation comes. Now this is interesting. Isolation actually just fell on top of this hermit. So after I came, me and my big mouth says, the hermit doesn't always mean going off by yourself. And Spirit is like, Afefe, let us have our way on that one. This could very well be a time that in order for you to accept that person's help, you may need that time alone, that time to meditate, get organized. It could be, some time that you need to get your ducks really in a row so that if it's go time, you are ready to go. The reverse of that is if you have been in such isolation that this person cannot get to you, then I'm going to ask a confirmation on that. Spirit, are you saying that, is this the need to go into hermit energy and go off on their own to prepare themselves and get organized? Or is this about someone coming toward them to bring them out of isolation or not feel like they have to do it alone? Is this really about a mentor? It's the Nine of Wands. This is about a mentor, you all, 100%. Because the Nine of Wands, and it's such a cool card. Again, it's the badass tarot. Look at Bunny sitting there flipping the bird, right? In a field of sunflowers, like the contrast of that. But yes, this is about, you've been in isolation. And some of you may need to do that. You may need to, not total isolation, but I think setting aside some dedicated time to bond with Spirit, to get organized. Sit down with your journal, sit down with your calendar, sit down with your computer and make your notes, sit down and do your studies, sit down and read your papers, read your inspirational books. That is alone time. It's isolation, quote unquote, right? You could be in a house full of people, but it is your time where you're applying yourself to that. On the flip side, if you have been so isolated, and I can do it all, Nine of Wands, taking on a lot, right? Then Spirit is saying, we are sending you the energy. We're sending you someone, that Queen of Cups. We're sending you someone who's going to help you. Could be a spirit guide. I feel like it's going to also very well be a person. And it may not even be a person who is involved in the career. It could be a coach. It could be a career coach. It could be a dear friend. It could be a family member. But it is someone who helps you continue in the flow of this process, okay? And one more card, Spirit, for what they can do. What can pile number one do to lock in this blessing? Bring forth this coach. Bring forth the knowledge. Help them increase their skills. Keep them, give them that vehicle and that Knight of Wands to move forward toward it. Help them get organized and seize this opportunity that is flowing toward them. One more word of advice, how they can seal the deal. Thank you. How they can seal the deal and take advantage of this opportunity. It says, guard your secrets as sacred. And a deep knowing. Guard your secrets as sacred and a deep knowing. So in relation to career, I want to show that to you all. It's like a coyote. Guard your secrets as sacred. And there's a deep knowing. You know what? This is, and I'm going to get a confirmation of it. This strikes me, you all, as Spirit is saying, in guarding your secrets, it's not about closing yourself off so much as understanding that what you have had to do, the knowledge that you've had to gain, the skills that you've had to gain, the work that you've had to do to build this career or to prepare yourself to go into this next phase of life in terms of career, in terms of monetization, that it is about making sure that you honor and hold sacred all of your quote unquote secrets, all of the things that you have that have made you you up until now. And hold that dear, guard it, meaning protect it, meaning stand on it. What does leadership mean to you? And a question about authority, to question authority. What does leadership mean to you? Because this has to do with career. Wow, what a powerful message you all are getting. So what does it mean to you? Do you trust yourself in the hands of those of authority, a mentor, a person, a boss, a person who already knows how to do, the business that you're in or the business that you'd like to do? What can you learn from them? Guarding your secrets, meaning not necessarily telling someone what all of your plans are. You don't have to spill all of that to them, but it is about making sure that you have examined their role as a potential leader in your life, going back to that Queen of Cups. And also then, what are you going to do, pile number one, with that leadership? What does that leadership mean to you? And the way you seal the deal on your blessing this week is you honor everything that you've done. You honor yourself and you prepare yourself for leadership. You prepare yourself to accept leadership and mentorship from someone. That's how you do it. That's how you seize on that blessing. That's how that opportunity comes through for you. Because there is something around authority with you. And it could either be because you've been in authority or you feel like you should be in authority. You're working your way toward that. You could be taking authority over this stage of your life in terms of how you make money in your career. You could be going from working from a corporate entity to entrepreneurship, etc., etc. But that's how you seal the deal, is you step into that leadership, or you allow or seek out and allow this person who has this knowledge and leadership to help you. It's okay to take the help. That's 100% part of what Spirit is saying. It's okay to take the help because we sent it to you. That's what they're saying. We sent you the help. So be sure and welcome it. It's not there to harm you. All right? All right. We're going to move on now to pile number 2. Those of you who chose the tent, a temporary situation. So let's see about that. I'm going to make sure I mix up the cards a little bit since we used them and I'm reusing this deck. Okay. So, pile number 2, the tent, a temporary situation. So, Spirit, what is a blessing that is coming to those who were drawn to pile number 2 regarding a temporary situation and this tent that's been erected? All right. What is the blessing that's coming toward them and how do they seal the deal? What is the blessing that's coming towards those who chose pile number 2, this tent, and how do they seal the deal? All right, let's see. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Pentacles. So there's some sort of balance, and this is an in-between stage for you all, for sure. You are going from one thing to another. That's how that strikes me with that 2 of Pentacles. You are moving from one thing to another. You have the 7 of Pentacles. You are moving from one thing to another, and there's a period of having to stop and assess. That is the temporary situation. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. That's the temporary situation. You are sort of, whatever's going on with you all, if you were drawn to this pile, there you are in this kind of in-between phase. And the blessing is there's something in it where perhaps you have seen this in-between phase as challenging, but there's something in it that is a blessing for you. It's intentional. There's strength. It's intentional because it is building your conviction in what you want the next thing in your life to be. Okay? Because strength is a card that ruled by Leo, Leo the lion-hearted, courageous, ruled also by the sun. The sun rules Leo. So this is about life. This is about how you show up in life. This is about enjoying life. This is about your vitality, your vigor, having endurance, having the passion for what you do and the creativity for what you want to do. And that temporary situation is helping you build that. That's why that Seven of Pentacles has got you sort of assessing what it is that gives you strength, what it is that brings you joy, what it is that allows you, if it is having to end something to move into something else, whatever that means, whatever, if it's a relationship, a home, a job, a friendship, whatever, but it is something that is shifting. And the way it is right now is temporary, but you need the time to assess it. You need the time to prepare yourself, going back to that Two of Pentacles, to go from this to that. This is a time of preparation for you, pile number 2. And the strength is the blessing. Spirit is saying your blessing is that through this time of temporary, in between phase, yeah, it may feel stressful, but it is building your character. And that certainly is a blessing. It's building your character. It's helping you understand the extent to which you are stronger than you know. So often, I think I can speak for all of us when I say we go through things, and when we're going through it, it's like, why? It is hard. But in hindsight, we'll look at it and appreciate the value of that lesson because it did strengthen us. It did give us resolve. It helped us understand more about who we are. So that is the blessing of this temporary situation for you all, pile number 2. It is building you, the world. It is building you, and it will come to a completion. The world is where something is over. It's like a new chapter, lesson learned, situation handled, and it's time to go on to the next thing. So the blessing is that it comes through, like this is going to be a full circle moment for you. And I even love that saying circle. I look down and remembering your leader card is in a circular form, right? Spirit is reminding you that this is very temporary for you, pile number 2. And the thing is, the stronger you grow, as soon as you can begin to see this temporary situation as more of a blessing than a hassle, that helps bring it to the close. That's the blessing. That's the blessing that's headed to you as you really embrace this energy. Leo the lion-hearted, find your courage, find your endurance, find your bravery, find your conviction that you are stronger than you know. In almost every deck, when you get to the strength card, you have usually a woman who is facing a lion. And there is this notion that you are facing and interacting with something that is bigger than you, that could swallow you whole if it so chose. But your power and your conviction and your gentleness, that's another thing. It's not about beating something down. This is not aggressive energy here. This is creative energy. This is life affirming energy. And as soon as that really comes in off of that temporary situation, that's what brings it to the close. Boom. That's what brings it to a close. That's what helps you move on to that next chapter, is building your character in the face of something that feels really big and overwhelming for you. And Spirit is reminding you it is temporary. It will come to an end, and you have the Emperor. All right? Your vision for what comes next, your ability to take ownership for this situation, right? And know that it is temporary, and know that it is coming to a head with the world. It helps you create your vision and take the reins, take the helm of what is to come next for you with that Emperor energy. Okay? That is a blessing. And the other thing is, it could be, this Emperor energy could be someone that Spirit brings to you. I'm going to ask that. Spirit, is this Emperor someone who is coming to, are you sending someone to the people who chose pile number 2? Is this for them? The sun. That's what it is. That's your blessing. Someone is coming to help you. They're either going to give you advice around this temporary situation. They're going to help you be able to really, in a very grounded fashion, assess, okay, here's how I got here. Here's everything that, that happened that led up to this point. And there's someone who's going to have that vision. The Emperor is always forward thinking, ruled by Mars. Think Aries, okay? Natural born leader, visionary, knows how to utilize resources to get to the next place, to build something. And so this temporary situation, this Emperor is what helps you get from one thing to the next, going back to that Two of Pentacles. And who crossed the Emperor is the Sun. Success, divine masculine. And keeping in mind too, this is not gender specific. This is more about an energy of who can, who's ready to step in and help you and get you from one place to another and remind you that this is temporary. The sun, the moon is feminine, the sun is masculine. This is a divine masculine energy that's coming for you. That is your blessing. And it's going to help you strengthen, become strengthened, have your faith renewed. Get really excited about, because the thing with the temporary situation is it can leave you feeling very uncertain, right? It can leave you kind of off balance. It can leave you sort of, confused and almost even, I'm feeling for some of you, feeling victimized by circumstances, because it could be something way beyond your control. It could be even you having to adjust. I'm feeling for some of you, you've had to adjust to people who have transitioned, crossed over. You've had to adjust to losses. You've had to adjust to moving around and living, perhaps for some of you who may be in retirement, you've had to adapt and change maybe one way that you were accustomed to living to now, moving things around. And that is a temporary situation as well, though, because it is still, there is more to come for you. And Spirit is sending someone who's going to help you enjoy that, who's going to help you understand that. I want a couple from here, Spirit. Please help me understand even more. Who is this person? Who's going to help pile number 2 get out of this temporary situation? Assess it. Can't ignore that 7 of Pentacles. There is a period of time when you got to take stock of what happened. If you are feeling overwhelmed or victimized, going back to the Strength, if you're feeling overwhelmed, like what I'm facing is way too big for me, what am I supposed to do with it? This person, this Emperor coming with the Sun, is going to help you understand your own strength, that you were stronger than you knew all along. Seduction. Whoa, that took a nice little turn. In the context of our reading here, I think with this temporary situation, it is helping you understand that part of what happened here in this situation was a result of seduction. It was meaning, and seduction doesn't have to be romantic. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. It's anything. Seduction is about what draws us, something that we want, and it simply draws us. It magnetizes us. So there was something that perhaps you were working toward, that you wanted very much. Jupiter in Pisces comes in this card. So this was about something you wanted, something you dreamt about, something bigger, a bigger vision for your life perhaps, that you're dealing with. And somehow this Emperor and this Sun is going to help you put that in context with a flirtation. Spirit, is there a romantic component to this? Is there? Because I'm looking, those two go together really well. Flirtation and seduction. The Empress. Yes. The Empress, the counterpart, mind you. Earlier you got the Emperor. Look at the magic that's unfolding here. I'm gonna slow it down and make sure that I'm clear, because there is magic unfolding here. Talk about a blessing. Let's do blessing / magic that is unfolding for you, pile number 2. All right? You have the divine masculine and the divine feminine who have both come for you. This is the ultimate, think the ultimate mama and the ultimate papa. Protector, guide, nurturer. What do you need? Spirit is coming at you like, what do you need? Because we've got it. There are no limits. We've got it, whatever that is. And that's why you need to be reminded this is a temporary situation, because you've got tremendous, magical, powerful forces standing behind you, ready to shift it, ready to help you turn that page, ready literally to help you turn that page, going back to the world. Now, seduction and flirtation. Don't the Empress and the Emperor, divine masculine, divine feminine, as counterparts, as yin yang, right? You know, different but attracted to one another. Seduction and flirtation. This is something, if I don't see this as a straight up romance, I see it more as the principle of these energies. What is the principle of seduction? What is the principle of flirtation? It is the ability to connect with someone else. It puts them at ease. It helps you magnetize. That's why I said magic. It helps you magnetize what is meant for you. You know, what is meant for me is mine. And it gives you that boost, that attitude, that strength to believe in your own ability to walk through this situation, to claim that it is temporary and that what comes out of it is actually going to be better for you. That's the flirt. And the flirtation is Venus and Sagittarius, being optimistic, treating the situation lightly, because I have a feeling that for many of you, whatever this is, it has been stressful and you have been very, very challenged by it. And perhaps some of you even thought you were being weakened by it. Like it just felt overwhelming. What am I supposed to do about this? How do I snap my fingers and get over this grief or this anger or this resentment or this disappointment or some concerns that I have about my future for whatever reason? If you're moving from one place to another, it feels unstable, right? But there's something about the attitude of seduction and flirtation that says, you know, when you seduce or when you flirt, there's an energy that you put out that says, you know, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I am able, by virtue of my energy, by virtue of my aura, by virtue of my belief that I am able, in the Strength card, one of the ways that she tames the lion is seduction. She uses her charms. She uses her gentleness. She uses her ability to just kind of, you know, pet and get him to calm down and stay calm. Seduction, flirtation, using charms. And not in a manipulative way, in a way that is divine. It is a blessing. It is a blessing to be able to have that energy within you and to cultivate that energy to help move you forward. Okay? Now, one other thing to help you seal the deal. Oh, no, that just came in the last deck. So let me shuffle again. Spirit is saying I need to shuffle. When I immediately get a repeat card, just for those of you who may read for yourself and sharing my practice, when I immediately get a repeat card, you know, and I'm using the same deck, I know that I haven't shuffled it well enough. So if you do that, you pick up a deck, you've done some cards, you pick up a deck, and immediately the same thing comes out, you know, if you were asking for confirmation and the same thing came out, then you know why it did. But otherwise, in this case, no. One more. Oh, all right, we'll take this one. It says, good boundaries are our friend, tough love. That is, you know, that's how you seal the deal. Is you're able to lighten up and know that you can be seductive. You can be flirtatious with this situation. You can lighten your energy and claim your power through this Strength card to get you through this, to get you, going back to that Two of Pentacles, to get you from point A to point B so that you can complete and get out of this temporary situation and bring it to completion. But it's good boundaries are our friend, meaning remember that you're not caving in by accepting the help and by accepting and even seeking out the help of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, or a male and female in your life who can be helpful to you to move you out of this temporary situation. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like you're crossing boundaries or you are endangering yourself in order to do that. You capitalize and you seal the deal on this blessing by recognizing that good boundaries are your friend, meaning you're not selling yourself short. To ask for help, to allow others to nurture you, to allow others to offer you their assistance, it's okay. You are the expert of your life. I love it. Okay? You are the expert of your life, pile number 2. And so reminding you from feeling overwhelmed about this temporary situation, Spirit is saying you capitalize and you actually get the blessing of the divine, that Empress and Emperor, divine masculine and feminine, got all the goodies, can bring you the generosity, can bring you the abundance, can bring you the structure of the Emperor, can bring you the vision to help move you from this situation to the next where you will feel more stable and it's not temporary. That's all there for you, but you got to claim it. You got to remember your strength. Okay? You're the expert of your life, and that's how you seal the deal. That despite how it may feel like you don't have enough control over this situation, you do. And the minute you start claiming that, and the minute you start treating that situation not from a space of anxiousness or fear or resentment or sadness or disbelief, limiting belief, but the minute you say, I am the expert of my life. That's why that 7 of Pentacles came early on. I have taken the time to assess this situation. I know that it is temporary. I know that my blessings are coming. And I am here to receive it. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Okay, pile number 2? Awesome. Awesome. All right. And now, let me know what you thought. Always interested to hear from you. And now we're going to move on. Pile number 3, that timing element. What blessing is in store for you related to August? And how do you go ahead and capitalize on it, you know? How do you seal the deal, as Spirit told me? All right, let's see. Put these back, and then I need to shuffle and get them cleaned up and ready energetically to come back for pile number 3. The month of August. What blessing is in store for pile number 3? Those who chose pile number 3, what blessing is in store in the month of August? And how do they seal the deal? How do they seal the deal on this blessing that is in store coming around August? How do they do it? What is it and how do they seal the deal? All right, that feels pretty good. How do they seal the deal on this blessing, August? It's beautiful when you get a time frame, right? Then you can really anticipate. You get excited. And that's not very far off. All right, pile number 3. At the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. I'm not going to ignore this because it's another major arcana. So you have at the bottom of the deck, these are 2 catalysts. This is the High Priestess and the Hierophant. In August, I wonder if some of you, this looks like either you're going on a retreat. Perhaps there's some deep spiritual faith-based thing related to this pile number 3. I feel like you are in August, you're going to have an opportunity to learn something or to flush out something spiritually that you already know. Some area of study or some advancement that you're making in your life. There is a retreat. This could be a meditation retreat, a yoga retreat, a workshop. There's something in August in particular that it looks like you are it's going to help you develop your spiritual muscle, your spiritual strength. The Hierophant is that she already has the knowledge. The High Priestess holds the sacred knowledge, and the Hierophant often teaches that knowledge, takes that knowledge and takes those sacred texts and teaches from them. So this, you see what I'm saying? It feels like a really deeply spiritual component to this. There's something that in August, you will either find a mentor, a spiritual mentor, or you'll be ready to take your spiritual walk to the next step with that high priestess. Some of you, I feel like for some of you, this is shamanistic studies. Something where you have to do things in nature, or you're drawn to nature. You may be working with crystals, power animals, something where there's actual shamanistic work involved. This isn't just sitting back and meditating. This is journeying. This is taking definitive steps to your spiritual education, your knowledge, your teaching. And there's something in August that's going to help get you there. King of Pentacles. And the world. I think you're going somewhere in August, pile number 3. You're either going somewhere or you will be exposed to something, if it's on YouTube, but it'll be on a YouTube where there was this spiritual quest in Costa Rica or something, just for example, right? It's something, there is a large component to this. It feels like people coming together from different places. So again, if this is in a virtual format, something that you do in August that's in a virtual format, but it's going to have something to do with people from different places, that gives you a greater perspective on the world. And this King of Pentacles could very well be that Hierophant, like a teacher, someone who has this knowledge that is going to help you tap into what you already know. Because the High Priestess isn't an energy where you're necessarily having to learn a lot, but it's where you start to tune into what you already knew. It is that deeply intuitive part of yourself that through study, through mentorship, through doing things and putting yourself in a position to, interact with others, it begins to tap into that and affirm what you already knew. So then you can begin to manifest it. The High Priestess begins to show and reveal more things to you, things that you were born with. It's in your spiritual DNA, but you needed the exposure to the Hierophant and to those teachings and to the group dynamic. This world is not coming for no reason. Then that's what helps you really get it. And it's a great opportunity for you. The King of Pentacles comes with a lot to offer and is willing to share it and offer it. That's your blessing. What a blessing it is. Wow, pile number 3. What a blessing it is. August, I'm looking forward to August for you. All right, let's get a little more from it, Spirit. Oh, that wanted to come. The Hermit. This is your work. This is your teaching. This is a quest that you're on. If you get an invitation to join in some form of a quest, some form of study, some form of, and this is for sure, spiritual. Pile number 1, it was all about business and career, right? But this third pile in August, this is 150% about your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, your growth. And it is growth that you are doing through someone's teachings and also through a group dynamic. Because even though the Hermit is a solitary figure, the Hermit is also about the quest toward that spiritual knowledge, moving toward it with the help and assistance of spirit, of the universe, of your spirit guides, okay? All right. That's your blessing. You are going to level up. 8 of Cups, you're not letting it, and Death. Perfect. It is the end of a period of stagnation for you. August is the end of a period of stagnation for you. This has a curse word on it. It has the F-it on it, and that's how they call. This is that badass tarot. It's something else, you all. Okay? But it's the end of this 8 of Cups. It's the end of a period of feeling like you've endured so much and you are ready now. You trust your own emotional maturity. You trust the experiences that you've had, that you are ready to walk away from any disbelief, any limiting belief, any naysayers. I know so often on a spiritual path, for those who have been, if you were raised in very sort of traditional households, maybe your family is disapproving of things like tarot and oracle, or other spiritual systems, that they just don't get it, they don't approve of it. But you are ready to move on from that. You are ready to go your own way, walk your own path with the hermit energy, and you're ready to get the teachings with that Hierophant. You are ready to get the teachings so that you can really be revealed to yourself. That's the High Priestess. And you do so, you become a citizen of the world. You recognize that spiritually, it's, what's the saying? One source, many paths, right? One source, many paths, many cultures, so many traditions that, as you study, as you embrace, as you open your mind and open your spirit, you find out so many more commonalities than differences. Ultimately, people are trying, like yourselves, trying to live better, trying to find your joy, trying to stay healthy, mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy, trying to, stay on the path and feel like you're living, your purpose and living on purpose. All of those things are indicated right there in that world. All right. I'm going to pull a couple from this Radiant Sun. All right. So we see your blessing. Your blessing is definitely having made up your mind and having a sense of resolve to go past any limiting belief, any naysayers, any fears of judgment that you've had, so that you can get this teaching. And there is an element of risk. Thank you for confirming that. That's what's held you back, is that there's this element of risk involved. And maybe the risk, I feel like for some of you, the risk is judgment, and also the risk feeling judged. And also the risk could be, if this is a cost thing, it's like, do you want to invest your money in a teacher, in a workshop, in a group, in a course of study? Is it worth investing that? There is an element of risk. If I trust this and I go forward and take this risk, am I going to get what I need out of it? There's bluff. That's really interesting. Jupiter in Gemini. I get it though. Spirit is basically saying you got to psych yourself out, if that risk makes you want to draw back a little bit and not move forward with the Hermit, go your own way, keep at it. Hermit being ruled by Virgo, that work sign, getting it done, being dedicated, analyze why it is that it's necessary for you to do this, why you're at this place in your life now where you're ready to learn more, you're ready to embrace shamanism. That keeps coming to mind. Also, I've been doing a lot of work with that lately and working with some others who are really interested in that as well. But aside from shamanism, it could be, gardening, it could be pagan, doing more pagan work and working with the energies and forces of the earth and natural elements. Whatever it is, it's sort of bluffing, like calling your own bluff or calling other people's bluff. Or if you do this, you won't be accepted any longer. Listen, you will be. I had people who my given name is Lana, and my spiritual name, which I legally changed and adopted, my spiritual name is Afefe. When I tell you how many people were like, I don't know what you're doing with this Afefe thing. I don't know about this spiritual journey you're on. It's not making sense to me, but you have to have the conviction. You will have the conviction and know what is right for you. And then it doesn't matter. I still have people who just don't deal with Afefe. It sounds too strange. It's hard to get off the tongue. They're going to call me Lana from here until, no problem. But I am Afefe. And even in this life, in this work that I'm doing, you see how I'm showing up. That's it. That's what you all are about to do, or are already in the midst of doing. Now, you've got a confirmation here. Final card. You've got secrets. And that reminds me of this energy of the High Priestess, because this is things about yourself that are ready to be revealed, pile number 3. This is things about yourself. This is secrets that somehow just beneath the surface, either you've been holding it close, you've been saying, I know that I have psychic gifts. I know that I have a certain connection to the animal kingdom or the crystal kingdom. I know that I have a certain path that I feel like I want to follow, but you've been keeping that to yourself. And there's something in August in a field of study, a teacher who is coming toward you, and that is a blessing because it's going to allow you to really blossom into the fullness of who you are. That King of Pentacles shows up. It's going to bring you stability. It's going to bring you, confirmation and confidence about who you are and what you are meant to do in this world. And so the way you seal the deal is to give yourself permission to take that risk. That's too many. To take that risk. You're going to give yourself permission to take that risk and really be on the lookout. If you don't already know who this teacher is, or what this course may be, or what this book club even may be, but it is something that gives you access to teachings and information that grow you tremendously and help you. What fell out? How will you nurture your relationships? Ooh, how will you nurture your relationships? Fell out. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. How will you nurture your relationships? In the context of your reading, how will you nurture your relationships in your spiritual community? Because that's the community that holds you and supports you and helps you move through this leg of your journey, especially toward August. That's how you seal the deal, is by nurturing your relationships. How will you, notice it doesn't say how will you be nurtured. It says how will you nurture your relationships. So this is you taking that risk for sure. Pile number 3, take that risk and allow yourself. Now, I got to do that for entertainment purposes only thing, right? I can't tell you what to do with your money, your time, your spirit, or whose tutelage, whose mentorship you should undergo, especially if it is spiritual work, especially if it is some form of shadow work, shamanism, any kind of energy healing practice where you allow someone else to work on you and help you, even getting a tarot reading, whatever that is for you. It's something that you have to know within yourself and have the conviction within yourself that you're willing to take the risk and you're willing to move on it. But if you do, pile number 3, then guess what? It's a game changer. You can remember you got that world card. It's a game changer. And you will enter a whole different phase of your life. That secrets card, I think secretly you've been wanting to, and you knew this was coming. You knew that you were getting to this place. That's part of that 8 of Cups. You made the decision to walk away from the old way of feeling or being or doing or always, dealing with other people's expectations or opinions. You said, no, I'm ready to move on. And you have, and you are. And it says, remember to tithe. I love it. Remember to tithe. Tithing being a part of giving back, right? Tithing being a way of expressing gratitude for all that you have, King of Pentacles, for everything that you have, for all of the blessings, material blessings that you've been able, good health, even Pentacles relates to our bodies and our health. So and what a blessing that is, right? So it's having all of that and remembering to tithe something back. Give back. And so it could very well be that this Hierophant, this course that you're thinking of, workshop, class, group, meditation practice, whatever it is that ups your spiritual game and gets you on your path, helps you along your spiritual path, tithing, the risk, if there is a monetary concern, or even tithing your time. If it is something, tithe is a sacrifice. So whatever it is that you have to be willing to put up and sacrifice for the sake of your growth, your spiritual growth and your spiritual path, and really blossoming into allowing that high priestess energy, all that sacred knowledge that you're holding, allow it to really come forth in your life so you can use it in some practical ways, by the way. Going back to that King of Pentacles. This is not just you learning some stuff so you can sit in la la land. This is you doing this spiritual work and developing yourself spiritually, because it's going to help you tithe back. It's going to help you be a source of mutual support to others who are also on this path. All right, pile number 3, Beautiful reading. Absolutely beautiful reading. So I'm going to wrap it up. Got your blessings, and you got how you can, capitalize on it, right? What you need to do to seal the deal. I hope it was helpful. Let me know, all right? Keep in touch with me. Thank you again for liking and subscribing. Hit that notification bell as well for when I post so you'll know about it. And I'll talk to you really, really soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye.